Okay, the next topic that we are going to discuss is about the difference between orbits and orbital. This is an important topic and it is a basic topic that you must know that what is the difference between orbit and orbital. So let us see the difference between. The first thing about the difference between orbit and orbital is its definition. So you all know that orbit is a circular path around the nucleus where the electron revolves, and whereas orbitals are a three-dimensional space around the nucleus where the probability of finding the electron is maximum. So the first point of difference is regarding their definition. The second point is regarding their motion. So if you talk about the motion of orbit, so orbit has a planar motion, so that means it is only in single plane, only on one plane where the electrons revolve around the nucleus. Whereas if you talk about the orbitals, so orbitals have three-dimensional motion. That means in case of orbitals, we consider all the three axes, that is x, y, and z. So therefore, orbitals have three-dimensional motion. Then next is about the directional character. So here you have to make a correction. It should be orbits. So orbits, please correct it. Orbits do not have directional character. Orbits do not have directional character. So that means we cannot predict about the direction in which the electrons are moving in case of an orbit. But if you talk about an orbital, so orbital except your s orbital has directional properties. So that means if you know that in which orbital the electron is lying, so you can tell that what can be the direction of the electron in the orbit, whether it is in x-axis or towards y-axis or z-axis. The next point is about the number of electrons that can be accommodated in an orbit. So if you talk about an orbit, so an orbit can accommodate maximum 2n square electron. This we have even studied in class 9th also. Whereas in case of orbitals, if you talk, so an orbital can accommodate maximum 2 electron. It cannot accommodate more than 2 electrons. So, and the last point is that orbitals are basically circular disc like. They appear like a circular disc. Whereas if you talk about the orbitals, so orbitals have different shapes. So as we have already discussed about the shapes of orbitals, so in this way you can find that an orbital may have different shapes.